It's Week 18 of the 2025 season, and the spotlight is on George Kittle. And with him, any catch could be a big one. He's the NFL leader in touchdown receptions. It's the 49ers and the Cardinals, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. They come in playing pretty well, 6-3 in their last 9 games. On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, they've gone a full half season since their last loss, winners of 8 in a row.
And you don't get on win streaks like this without your defense playing a big role. They've created quite an identity, and I know they want and expect this.
The kicker, Chad Ryland, has this one teed up, and this one is underway here on EA Sports. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. Purdy going to the air right away. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I had no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. Well, look at this Arizona defense. They've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
Yeah, this has been a good defense, but they're going to have to really prove it in this one because, guess what? They're facing the #1 passing offense in the NFL. It's definitely a prove-it day for them.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Purdy looking to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Purdy will set up to throw it here. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The Niners have 13-3 now on the year. They've gone a full couple of months now since their last loss. Winners of 8 in a row.
And we always talk about how a team has to play complementary football in order to really be a good squad. But I think in this league, if your offense isn't playing really well as this one is, you're not going to run off this kind of a streak.
Purdy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they move this all the way down to the 9. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good run on 1st down, and now they contemplate a 2nd and goal situation. Again, McCaffrey. And this time he's into the end zone for a 49er touchdown. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Jake Moody now for the point after. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And it is Kyler Murray from Oklahoma who leads him out.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28.
Holding offense.
Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
Screen pass to Connor. So no gain on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
You look at this Niner defense.
Now, they've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
And it's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the #1 overall passing team in the NFL, but it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as they'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down.
Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 20.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back.
And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
The Niners offense led by their running back headed out for the 2nd possession. And we'll see how much usage they want to give him here week 18. But he entered the weekend as the NFL's leader in receiving yards amongst running backs.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on the first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey.
And the pressure gets to McCaffrey as they stop him short of the line to gain.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
They'll go for it. Here's Purdy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. That was a pretty good job by the defense, I thought, right? I mean, they had to go to their check down, but still were able to get it done for the first.
Agreed. Anytime you can force them to come defense, but still, they pick up the 1st down and get a fresh set.
Huge 4th down conversion. Dancing to his left. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
The running game's played a huge part in getting them down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey
with touchdown number 20 on the year.
And the Niners lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Moody good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And a touchback as Dortch elects not to return it. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
They'll run. Here's the former Seminole. And the defense closes quickly there, and he'll get maybe a yard to the 33. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Here's Murray. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the 1st. They get him to the ground at the 37. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively, and the key to any screenplay is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and they tackle him for just a short gain.
46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. This is taken at the 18. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Niners offense and Brock Purdy getting ready for this next possession. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Well, remember, these two teams met earlier in the year in Santa Clara with the Niners coming out on top. So a win here in Arizona would give them the season sweep. A throwing here, Purdy. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Here's a diving catch right side. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Now a give, right side, McCaffrey. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
Back to throw, Purdy.
This one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he is a bit short here of the first down. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Out of the gun, Purdy. Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Now Purdy.
Rolling to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Baron Browning able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down. That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction, and that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them, and now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They'll start on the ground with Benson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field.
2-2. They'll go again with Benson. And he can muster only a couple here to the 24.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A huge play there for Arizona. 45 yards. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Leonard Floyd just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And the Niners are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Christian McCaffrey and his 49er teammates back onto the field.
He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here. Because pace is going to approach 100 yards. You've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here's Purdy. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Purdy now to throw. That's caught downfield by Kittle. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
A first down there on a pickup of 25. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws that quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes 2 to tango. Back to throw again. This one caught by Kittle. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds.
Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Purdy to throw it.
That is caught by the tight end Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the 49ers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half. And now an extra point. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point try now for Moody.
And it is now 21-0. A drive that time of 6 plays.
And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field.
Ready to go with their extra minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey in the Band, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, Murray.
That is caught, and he is going to have a Cardinals first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
Murray to air it out again.
That is caught downfield by Harrison.
Touchdown, Cardinals!
Marvin Harrison Jr.,
his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Cardinals are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and
Personal
start
foul.
over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football. Full half to be played. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The 49ers offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football.
Throwing to start the drive. Purdy. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Purdy looking deep for Jennings. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw. Purdy. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. He's got a man, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late.
Only 30 minutes left in the regular season, and everybody's excited for the playoffs, so we're just going to forget the halftime show and get back to the football.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the 2nd half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Cardinals ready to go here to start the 3rd quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 36. Here's Murray.
A short one here, caught by McBride.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
2nd and a couple.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 28-yard line.
Murray going to fire this out to Harrison.
Only able to gain a couple there. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Brings up 3rd down.
They'll try and run for it with Connor. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. Again, it's Connor. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Murray, he bootlegs it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the 2nd half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Throwing now is Murray. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. And his kick here is good.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half.
Shotgun now with Purdy.
And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Let's go.
Purdy.
That's complete to the tight end, Saubert. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
Purdy going to give it to Garendo.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Purdy looking to throw.
That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That's a gain of 6 on the first down run.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Off the option, here's McCaffrey.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
They run with McCaffrey off the option.
And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
Now Moody for the PAT.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive 7 plays in length. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Murray a give. This is Connor.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1. Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he's on to kick it away.
This will be fielded at the 17. It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The visitors' offense and Christian McCaffrey ready to go once more. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show, and he's done so. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Purdy from the gun. Another grab here for the dynamic Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the fourth and final quarter. From just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd down and 4. Off the option, here's McCaffrey. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 57 yards for him on the ground now and 3 touchdowns to go along with it. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Pressure comes and the Cardinals bring him down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Throwing here, Purdy. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Christian McCaffrey. That's his 19th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Niners extend their 4th quarter lead, and they are in campaign. Extra point try now for Moody. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Cardinal offense coming back out. Let's give you a look at the playoff race. Now, this is into the weekend in the NFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it.
They'll set up the screen to DeMercado.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Murray. In trouble, and he's taken down. Nick Bosa drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. Now Murray's got to have this one.
Throw left side, hauled in by McBride.
He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
Here's Murray.
Goes right back to McBride.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down. To throw, it's Murray. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
2nd and 10.
Murray going to throw.
He'll get this to DeMercado.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make...
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the 49ers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages. But not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10
at their 38. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Now Purdy.
This one caught by Kittle. And all the way down to the 10-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. 41 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10.
Back to throw, Purdy.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down.
Again, it's Purdy to throw it. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. And the record for receptions in a single season has been eclipsed.
Which tells you one thing. Not only is he getting open, he's not dropping anything that comes his way. What a fantastic season, jumping over the really high bar that had been set previously.
He's one of the best ever. 3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand,
Offside.
partner.
Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
Now Moody for the PAT.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over.
Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth-quarter hole.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
That's complete to Michael Wilson.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Murray now to throw. That's complete to McBride.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
Out of the gun, here's Murray.
This is taken in by McBride.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Nick Bosa able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Here's Murray. Flush to his right. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Well, this was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking, and they were, but don't forget about the effort by this defense as well.
Yeah, they weren't going to let up just because the lead was safe. They wanted to play as big a part in this game as their offense did in making this blowout. They needed to be noticed as well, and they played accordingly.
So for the Niners,
they finish things off in style, putting a bow on a 14-3 regular season.
And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals,
it'll be double digits in losses as they fall to 7-10 for their final mark.
And I think you have to say, ultimately, this was a team that really underachieved. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on